Speaking of protection, a town in Wisconsin has a new approach to keeping kids safe from schoolyard bullies. They're fining parents up to $680 for their child's bad behavior. So here's the background. And
the audience,
they seem very important. So a little bit of background is this. If you're the parent of a kid under 18, you initially get a 90-day warning from police if your child is caught bullying. After that, the parents will be charged $366 for the first offense. If it happens again, the fine is $681. It came out of, and we're cheering, but this actually came out after a high school prom shooting where a kid who was bullied shot 2 prom goers. The prom goers survived, but the police shot and killed the gunman. And before we get into our thoughts on this, which I think we're all going to have some opinions on it, we wanted to know what you thought at home. So here are a few of your comments via Facebook. Britt says, parents need to be held accountable for the action of their children. And you better bet once you start finding parents, kids will start being held more accountable. I have no patience for bullies.
I'd like to address this to Mike. Why does it seem like bullying is up? Just because it's easier to do with social media?
I think social media, I think we are a little bit more permissive. I have to say, I agree with Britt online, who said, I do believe that we should fine the parents. Listen, bullying is killing our kids, right? It's a leading cause of death in children. Children who are bullied 2 to 9 times more likely to try to commit suicide. So we got to do something, right?
A lot of these kids who are coming from bullied homes actually have a lot of stress and conflict in their home. What if the parents can't afford to pay these fines? Don't you think that's going to increase the stress and the conflict? Remember, bullies are also victims too. They are often coming from dysfunctional houses or homes where they're in sources of stress and conflict. And I think exacerbating that or making that worse might actually make the problem worse. If you want to break this cycle, you want these kids to get
there are a
counseling.
lot of times.
Yeah.
Isn't it true that most bullies have been bullied?
Absolutely.
Correct.
And it's not always, they're either witnessing violence in the home, they're getting bullied from somewhere else. It could be a cousin, it could be a grandfather. Right. But I know one thing about human behavior. When you have a consequence and you have a $700 fine, that tells people, wow, we got to do something. And if little Johnny has to get a second job once he gets into high school to pay for that fine, then he's going to do that.
He's going to think twice about picking on somebody for being overweight or their ears stick out.
Right.
Or
but you
they're
do
not
want
good
these,
at sports or whatever.
kids to come back, though. You don't want them to become abusive, destructive adults.
You know what I love?
So I worry that you're going to perpetuate this. I think maybe mandating something that's a little bit more thorough than just slapping a fine on them, because not everybody can pay that.
Well, and we'll see if this comes to fruition, how it works. I think without a doubt, bullying is such a terrible thing, and I hate that half of suicides amongst young people are linked to bullying. It's really a difficult thing to deal with. No easy answers.